hidden teachings of Jesus Christ and hidden teachings of the Bible actually reveal the truth about manifestation, how your consciousness can actually influence this physical reality. This is Jake Ducey with JakeDucey.com. You can manifest what you want, and here are hidden teachings from the Bible that prove it, even though they don't want you to know about this, even though nobody talks about this. So let's dive right into this video. It is a beautiful day in Hawaii today. Actually, it is a gorgeous day. There are zero clouds, there is zero wind, and it's absolutely gorgeous. So, all right, there's this part in the Bible that says, it's in Hebrews 11:3. It says, "Through faith we understand that the worlds were framed by the word of God, so that things which are seen were not made of things which do appear." Things which are seen, the things in the physical world, aren't made of things that do appear. So what is that telling us? And then it says that it's all created by the word of God. Well, what is God? God is an energy system that's in everything, first of all. And second of all, what would be the word of God? Well, how would the energy system of the universe create things? Through consciousness. Science has proven that subatomic particles can either be energy, non-existent, or particles, physically intangible reality, through consciousness, the awareness of them, the observation of them. So consciousness creates reality. So the word of God is consciousness, and you're an individualization of God. So you harness and you channel that God consciousness, that creative energy, with your own consciousness. And it says that the things that you see don't come from the things that appear. So very easily, the mind can trick you, and your physical senses can trick you into believing that you're a physical body. But you're a spiritual being in a physical body. Just like the wave is an individualization of the ocean, you, as a spiritual being in a physical body, are an individualization of God. But so often we think that God is this separate energy outside of us that we go, I hope, I wish, I pray, please help me, please, please. And all we're really doing in the Bible, it says, to those that have, more will be given. What do you think that means? First of all, comment down below, I'm a spiritual being in a physical body. Comment down below, I'm a spiritual being in a physical body. So when it says, to those that have, more will be given. Do you think that that means this emotional God, this like actual entity in the sky that dwells over our lives and judges us? Do you think it's saying, to those that have, more will be given? It's saying, hey, if you're rich, I'm going to give you more cool stuff. And if you're not, you're screwed. To those that have, more will be given. To those that do not have, even that which they have will be taken away. No, it's talking about consciousness, right? Remember, it said that the word of God created everything. Let's interpret just for a little while. Afterwards, you can say, Jake's stupid, his stuff didn't make sense, I'm getting rid of this idea. But just for the course of this video, I invite you to try on the idea that the word of God, change that word and call it consciousness, so it makes a little bit more sense in conventional language. So you say, through faith we understand that the worlds were formed by consciousness, so that things which are seen were not made of things which appear. So instead of the word of God, instead of saying the worlds were framed by the word of God, you say that the word of God means consciousness. So you say the worlds were framed by consciousness, so that things which are seen were not made of that which appears. So the physical world wasn't made by what you can see with the naked eye. It was formed by consciousness, and you cannot see consciousness. Everything physical is actually made up of a non-physical substance. That's what they're saying. So what does that mean? Your bank account is controlled by your thoughts. Your love life is controlled by your thoughts. You can't see thoughts, but that's what people do. They go, how do thoughts become things? You can't see thoughts. And so they chalk it up to, because you can't see it, then it must not have a real power on the physical world. And instead, we think that Albert Einstein said it differently, not difficultly, different. He said that particles don't create other particles. It's the same thing that they're saying right there, right? What we just read out of Hebrews 11:3 was that which is seen doesn't come from that which appears. So the physical particles don't create more physical particles. Albert Einstein said particles don't create other particles. So science is saying the same thing that religion is saying. that spirituality. It's saying the same thing. And what is it saying? Is that if the physical world isn't created by other things in the physical world, it's created by the Word of God. Now, if you replace the Word of God with consciousness, and that you have consciousness, it's saying that consciousness creates the physical world. The non-physical creates the physical. That your thoughts, the images that you hold in your mind, and your observation of things, it's what creates it as a physical reality. That you are a powerful being. That God is an energy that dwells within you. It's a consciousness that dwells within you that you can channel, and that you're actually creating this physical world that you're experiencing right here, right now. So comment down below. Thoughts become things. Quite literally, thoughts are the Word of God, and you are using that energy system to create your life. Right here it says, through faith, we understand that the worlds were formed by the Word of God. Remember, let's replace it with consciousness just for a little while. You could put it back if you don't like that word later. Through faith, we understand that the worlds were formed by consciousness. The world was formed by consciousness, so that things which are seen, things in the physical world, were not made by things which do appear. But what most people do is they go, my bank account was determined by the fact, and then they list off things from the physical world. They say, I don't have the right education, I'm not good enough, I'm not smart enough, I'm too old, I'm too young, the rich people are controlling it, the politicians ruin my ability to have financial freedom. They determine the physical thing based off another physical thing. But it says right here, it says, so that things which are seen. So a thing that's seen would be your bank account, right? Or your love life, or the circumstances of your life, your career, the house you live in, the car you drive, the things that you have in life, the things which are seen. But they were not made by things which do appear. So they weren't determined by other things in your physical realm. And if they weren't determined by that, they would have to be determined by consciousness. Now, enter science here, and this is when they talk about the observer effect in science, which says that we used to think atoms were the physical building blocks of the universe. And then we found out that an atom, what's an atom? It makes up the chair, it makes up my body, it makes up this table, it makes up this phone, it makes up the computer or phone you're watching on, the house you live in. Atoms, right? A-T-O-M, atom. Atoms are the physical building blocks. But then we found that an atom was 95 to 99% empty space. So even an atom is primarily made up of things you cannot see. And then eventually we found out about subatomic particles. Then science starts looking at subatomic particles, and this is where the observer effect comes in. And they're looking at subatomic particles, and what they find is that a subatomic particle can be both a wave and a particle. A particle would meaning that they were able to observe it, and a wave meaning it was in an energy state. It was actually unobservable. It was in a non-physical dimension. So the same subatomic particle could be both a particle and a wave depending on how it was observed, meaning that your consciousness determines what you experience, because all energy that ever was and ever will be is 100% evenly present in all places at all times. Energy can never be created or destroyed. It can only be manifested into different forms. So consciousness is what determines what you exist. All realities already exist. The kingdom of heaven is within you, right? So all the dimensions of reality, all energy already exists. And guess what? Your consciousness is what determines what you experience. So everything is really two things: what you want or the absence of what you want. Most people want money, want a soulmate, but they go, there's no good guys left. Oh, I'm already planning. I mean, I guess it's fine if I never meet anyone. I want to have kids. I heard someone say that to me recently. I'm like, how are you? You're 27 years old. You're 28 years old. How are you already deciding you're not going to have kids because you're not going to meet a soulmate? You've already created a worldview where there isn't your soulmate out there. Therefore, that's the only thing you're going to experience. Your worldview creates your reality. In other words, your consciousness creates your reality. And in the Bible, what it's saying is that the Word of God creates reality. The Word of God is how you channel God consciousness. It's how you use consciousness to channel universal energy. That's how you create it. It's how you channel spirit energy, using your brain, using your mental faculties. It's your free will to express this universal energy. And what I'm inviting you to do is start to dwell in that kingdom of heaven within you, meaning within yourself, form the kingdom that you want to live in. Form the reality that you want to live in. Start being in that reality now. Everything is two things. You can either be in the reality you want or the absence of it. You could want love, but you could say, there's no good guys left. You could want money, but you could say, money's bad. Oh, at least I'm happy. Oh, I'd rather be happy than rich. That's really just a rationalization for not having it, and it's sending off the signal of I'm broke. Just like the previous was sending off the signal that my soulmate isn't out there. Remember, to those that have, more will be given. But if you're in an energy of my soulmate isn't out there, the money isn't here, the opportunity isn't coming, I'm wrong, something's wrong with me, I'm unlovable, I'm unworthy, my dreams are not possible, then you're the latter part of that famous saying, to those that have, more will be given, and to those that do not have, even that which they have will be taken away. My soulmate isn't out there. There's no good guys left. All the guys are assholes. All the women just care about finding a rich guy. All the women, I can either find someone who's pretty, or someone someone I'm attracted to, or someone who has a good personality, but I can't find both. You know, the problem is it's really hard to find a job where I can get paid what I'm worth, and it's really hard to find clients who are interested, and it's just been difficult the last 4 years because of this and this. What side of the equation of that type of self-talk or conversation do you think that person would be on? To those that have, more will be given, or to those that do not have, even that which they have will be taken away. They're obviously, their energy is focused on the lack. And if the Word of God creates reality, in other words, if consciousness creates reality and that which appears doesn't come from that which is seen, then where does it come from? What you see comes from what's within your own consciousness in your own mind, because this outside world is a mirror, is a holographic mirror reflecting back to you the levels of your own consciousness, and that's what you experience. So just because you can't see your dreams unfolding yet doesn't mean they're not there, because what you see doesn't come from what's here. It comes from other higher dimensions of energy that you can't see, just like you can't see a cell phone, or just because you can't see a cell phone signal. Right? You have a cell phone, but you dial, let's say you dial Billy, and Billy's number is 486-9912. It calls him, but you can't see the actual connection happening. You're just using this tool called a phone that's broadcasting that signal. But he might be in China and you might be in Canada, but you guys are able to communicate, right? And the same thing happens with a radio signal. You turn it to 99.4. You can't see the music playing that's on 99.6, but you turn the dial one more time and all of a sudden that plops on. So you're using this knob, on a radio, you're using this phone as a tool to dial a certain frequency so that it appears. Similarly, you're using your consciousness to dial a certain frequency that you cannot see with your eyes yet. But it exists, but you just cannot see it with your eyes. The consciousness creates reality. The Word of God, which is consciousness, creates reality. Your consciousness you cannot see. You can only feel it and see it within yourself. But soon, you will see it create the world, because what you see doesn't come from that which does appear. What you cannot see, the spirit, the thought realm, the spiritual realm, the energy realm, is what creates the physical realm. So, what I'm inviting you to do is consider that your dreams are already real. They're just not in physical form yet. And your thought realm is what creates the physical realm. That's how I interpret that. Thank you for watching this video. If these ideas speak to you, try them on for a little while. If something doesn't speak to you, leave it where it is, right? So comment down below. Lack of evidence is not evidence of lack. It's my favorite saying. Lack of evidence is not evidence of lack. Lack of evidence is not evidence of lack. Comment that down below. What does that mean? Just because you can't see something doesn't mean it's not happening yet. Lack of evidence, just because I can't see the evidence that what I want is coming yet, doesn't mean it's not going to happen. Because that which is seen doesn't come from that which does appear. It comes from the Word of God. What's the Word of God? I'm an individualization of God. You're an individualization of God. And we use our consciousness in order to channel that higher energy, that universal energy, that creative force of the energy, that spirit energy, to create this physical reality. Isn't that exciting? So right there down below, you'll see my success hypnosis. It's jakeshypnosis.com right there down below. I created a success hypnosis to train my mind to dwell in the energy of what I wanted. Psychologists say you have 65,000 thoughts in a day. and 95% of them are subconscious. But most of them are negative and they've been programmed. And so I created a success hypnosis. Check it out, check it out. It's a really nice day. I can't wait to go outside. So I created a success hypnosis for myself to retrain my mind. And it's right there down below. It's free to use. It's jakeshypnosis.com right there down below. jakeshypnosis.com right there down below. And it'll train your mind to stay in the energy of what it is that you want so you can manifest it easier. It's right there down below for free, jakeshypnosis.com. Hey, if you haven't yet, make sure you hit the subscribe button, the bell notification. Let me know if this video speaks to you. Thanks for watching it. If it speaks to you, share it with a friend. Talk about it with someone. Listen to it back through. Expand your mind and see what speaks to you and what ideas out of this you can apply into your own life or experiment in your own life and see what it helps you manifest and create for yourself. Make sure you hit the like button to support this video. It's what sends it out into the YouTube universe for more people to see it. Have an absolutely beautiful day, and I will talk to you soon.